Yeah, that lucky present's lying around which we haven't used, so...
You can keep moving if you want.
You will.
Which way? Down?
The trail leads south. And as you enter here... Stop.
God damn it, Jake.
You do see in a corner, sitting on the ground, his felcher next to himself, looking not nearly as imposing as before, as he's basically just sitting in a corner looking at the floor, as the half dragon looks up at you, snorts once, and says, "I see Fatima's hounds have found me. Well, I will not let you take me back to him, and you will not find what you're here to look for. Leave me
Just
be."
a minute.
I'm not a dog.
We aren't really with him. I hope you understand that.
Eldor nods. No, it was a
A
ruse.
ruse, as such. We have no intention of taking you back to him. And we actually have no intention of, well, doing anything mean to any of the dragons. In fact, we were sent here to save them. Although it seems that another plan, much like our own, was already going on.
He snorts. "Plan? Hardly. I had no choice, and I care nothing for those wormlings. They took my sister. They forced me to do this, and now they have the wormlings. I
Well,
was told to bring them here.
Who are they?
I don't know. Robed men, black robes, yellow stars, blue collars. I did not see their faces. They said they had my sister, and I know that they were speaking the truth, for she did not show up. She is never late. They must have her. They told me I bring them the wormlings, they will give me back my sister. They took the wormlings and then they left.
which way?
He points to the east. Don't bother chasing them. There's a ladder that leads to the surface just right behind the Dawngate's walls. They headed into the sandstorm as it was nothing. I tried to follow, but I could not. They are gone.
Well, we need to save.
Looks to Telethel. Yellow stars and black robes.
That mean anything to him?
You can roll a knowledge local check.
Where's local check?
No.
What? Wow.
Well, Telefal knows a lot of the different groups in Katapesh, the merchant guilds, the priests of Sarenrae, the priests of Abada, but that description, that matches nothing. Nobody would be so crazy as to wear black robes in this heat and this sun.
You don't say.
There are no groups I know of that would be willing to do this.
Well, we need to save the dragon babies and initially your sister.
So, if we were to perhaps, well, seek out these people, just as it seems like they might have run away with your sister and the dragons.
You're good at pointing out the obvious, gnome.
Because I do pride myself with that fact.
How do you intend to find these people?
Because they went into the sandstorm, so I suppose someone else could as well.
I've tried.
Or rather, we duped ourselves into a ticket into this damn place, so we might be able to find some way to do this as well.
Ever since I've been given this form, I had a much easier time traversing the desert. One of the few advantages, but I did not manage to follow them into the sandstorm.
What?
Given this form?
Near ripping me apart, and they cared nothing for it. They walked into it as if it had not been there.
You weren't always like that?
Looks at Firu. Quite, somewhat sad probably, but he doesn't really answer.
Oh.
Eldor frowns. There are ways of employing certain magics to track things. creatures. People. If you have something of your sister's, perhaps we could use it in such a spell to track her whereabouts.
If nothing else, we could fly over the desert when the sandstorm is rested. They must have some sort of lair.
Yeah,
the
but
sandstorm has been raging for months. Good luck waiting.
That's fairly unpleasant then.
Apart from their clothing, I've seen nothing. Their black robes, their strange blue clothing underneath, their sashes of red and yellow. It is not from Katapesh.
Did they
Not
say
from the
anything
groups
in
I know
particular?
anyways. They said many things, none of which I wish to repeat.
Did they speak with an accent? For a certain place, or...
Their accent was... It was from here, if anywhere. It is confusing.
Were the voices human, elven, gnoll?
Not Noel, I would have recognized that much. Humans, definitely. He thinks hard. They did look like they were not only wearing the robes, but something underneath. Perhaps they wanted to hide their true affiliations, but... He looks back to the ground. They headed into the sandstorm. That is all I know.
Well, I suppose there is no harm in taking a look. Perhaps they simply seemed to be walking that way.
And how would you check? The sandstorm masks every passage. There are no caravans, not even the explorers who usually risk their lives finding useless trinkets dare enter the sandstorm.
Do you have anything of your sister's we could use in an attempt to scry?
Perhaps I do have something of hers, yes.
He nods. Then all hope is not lost when it comes to that, at least.
who can scry in the group?
I would assume some of the divine could. If nothing else, we can even hire someone to scry for us.
You get high level magic, but
And Katapesh should be easy enough to find someone to scry for us. We can go to the Sarenrae temple even.
A shame we didn't act yesterday.
Notes. Yes.
What are we gonna do?
Well, let's take a look at the way out.
Not much we can do, apparently. He sighs. I think the attempt to scry is the best option we have currently. If it is true that they're headed into an impenetrable, lethal sandstorm that is as likely to blind you as it is to flay you alive, I don't see exactly how we can follow, unless we somehow have the means to protect ourselves from the many dangers of it.
Check the trails. If nothing else, they might tell us what sort of shoes they were wearing. If they are wealthy or practical, or not from here.
or just in generally the size and shape.
Well, you can look at the many footprints that did indeed enter this room and then head back to the east. Their shoes, I'm not entirely sure what they were, but they definitely weren't boots. They were something perhaps more comfortable and less practical.
Doesn't sound that
Really,
that.
not really terrain gear.
No.
The most likely teleported them.
Mm.
In which case, scrying is probably the best way to try to get a hold of them. They might have like anti-scrying stuff up, of course, but worth a try at least.
It is.
as you discuss how to chase these thieves. Vashi does, still looking at the ground, continue speaking. They said things nonsensical at the time. The return of something. I do not think they want the wormlings to do tricks for them, nor do they want my sister for that purpose. They spoke of sacrifice and other things.
Do you remember what they spoke the return of?
They did not say much apart from their master.
Unfortunate.
They said that the things happening are just the signs that he is close.
A month-long sandstorm, no rain in the wet season. Certainly troubling things with this city.
I am not the superstitious kind, but I know what magic can do. And if their master is indeed returning, then I will not be able to go back towards the surface. I stand out, and Fatima will want my head or put me in one of his cages.
We could provide you sanctuary. We have a ship.
Oh, kill him. He's a very bad person.
Eldar looks over to Ruthven, considers, frowns.
It should not be very difficult to lure him down into the sewer. Especially if we have, Felix says, I forgot your name, but his help.
My name is Voshier. And Fatima, I would not want to wish death upon him. Greed has overtaken him. He used to be almost kind.
Yeah, but I heard what he did to one of the dragons and to all the animals he has in his care.
Eldar looks at Vachier. As I said, we have a ship. You could hide there for now. We are after all planning to go after your sister and the wormlings. Perhaps you would like to join us in this endeavor.
I suppose it would be a better place than this sewer, but traversing the city, it is going to be dangerous. Fatima is stupid, bloated, and greedy, but he has money and he has connections.
If it's an issue getting you there, I can always make you unseen to the normal eye while you get there.
Eldar nods. Yes.
It will take me a few moments to prepare, but that's all.
Didn't we mention all the pyramids and dragons we have traversed and slain? He smiles.
Some of that was actually true.
Indeed.
No, we all have our different accounts of that. Looks to Elidar, then looks over to our gnome. Excellent.
What about Tater?
She eats apples.
She slew a dragon too.
She's found an apple in the sewer.
No.
Boy!
It's almost good.
She would need an apple in the sewer. She's very classy.
Sewer apple.
Yes, I wouldn't. I would agree to bring you back with us, if interested, or at least to bringing you with us until your sister has been secured. You don't seem like a bad person as such.
I do not sense any evil from him. Eldar looks at him up and down.
He looks back at you, somewhat surprised and also somewhat skeptical.
Eldar's like, oh, that's right. He makes a sign, and sort of the glamour from the armor falls, and he has his paladin regalia again. He knows towards him. Eldar Duran, a paladin of Sarenrae.
He looks at you and then seems to intently focus on the symbol of Sarenrae that you have on your armor, and furrow his scaly brows. That symbol.
He nods.
One of the cultists, one of the robed men. Underneath his robe, a shawl, I think. Frowns.
Eladar frowns as well.
A
Are you
sect of
sure?
Sauron.
He shakes his head. No, I might just be imagining things.
I find it highly unlikely that anyone of Samurais faithful would actually do anything that has sacrifices in it. He frowns.
There is something I might be able to do, which is, if he is willing, there are ways I can where he can willingly send me his memory, and I can have a look for myself to confirm.
Nods. If you can see through his eyes, then maybe something more can be gleaned.
Yeah, something which I might have looked for, but which he didn't.
With your prodigious knowledge, you might see more than he did.
Such can be done, though I'll need some rest for that. I've used quite a lot of energy down here.
We should return to the ship, I think.
Yes.
We still have one of these creatures roaming around down here.
I would suggest we find another way out, though.
Well, that way he points towards the...
Yeah, there is a ladder quite close to here that supposedly leads to behind the walls at the Dawn Gate.
Then I suggest we go there.
If you grant me a second, because as he said, he doesn't want to be seen. Talifar materializes his spellbook from his bag of holding, and suddenly starts flicking through at an incredible speed.
Eladar puts back the glamour on his armor.
Like, it's only one round, but then Talifar closes the book. Okay, I'm ready. I can hide him from sight at will. I can't do it too much, but it should be enough to easily to get him to the ship.
He stands up, walks towards you slowly. The expression almost unreadable, really. His scaly face static.
I'm confirming you're okay with this first.
Do whatever it is you want to do if it brings me back my sister.
Very well. Let's make our way to the ship then.
As you turn him invisible and ascend the staircase.
Yes, basically, as we go up the ladder, basically once we hit the top, I'll touch him with invisibility.
Okay.
And I'll basically we'll use that as we quickly go towards the ship.
And you may copy your tokens as we go back to the main map.
No, he begins to stab us all. Like, oh god.
Copied.
You know, if he attacks any of us, the ability breaks, so...
And you pop up right here.
Where's right here? Yeah.
Oops. No.
Our other tokens still exist, so everyone else has a +1 version.
Yeah, I only have like a 1 HP difference.
Oh yeah, I will delete your old tokens.
No, don't
I'm going
do
to
that.
delete. I already deleted my old one, but
Alright, fine.
You can put your tokens on the map, whatever.
Now there's 2 of them.
Yeah, navigating back to the boat is not a problem with Veshier able to quietly whisper you directions.
you know, whisper spell.
He can't really lead the way, but, you know.
On the way, we'll just wave birds with us.
Yeah, you know, little bird call.
Yeah, basically, sheep confirming we can get back to the ship in 21 minutes, right?
It's cutting it close.
Can you get close?
If need be, we'll buy a sheet and throw it over him. It's not like that'll make it the sight of us any weirder.
No.
Yeah, rope figures that do not want to be seen are quite common, especially in the dock district.
Yeah,
Then that's
like,
quite easy. I have a spare robe.
Like a carpet over him, it's not a problem.
I have 21 minutes of invisibility, so...
Now we need to ensure that the captain knows that this is not the meaning of beginning to hurry.
Well, luckily I didn't send up my flare yet.
We have quite a few methods of scrying we want to try out first.
Yes, actually, sheep extends to 25 minutes invisibility.
Sure, you can just barely make it back to the dock in that time. You do see a lot of catapash on the way too.
Oh,
Isn't this nice?
no.
It's horrible.
Get back up the boat.
We're
Come on,
hunting doom cult kidnappers.
Come on, little dragon.
I'm sure it could be pretty in the right kind of
I guess.
light.
Poetic.
Certainly different. New, exciting.
As I think we'll end the session here.
Oh, I don't get to use my share memory yet. What's that?
Nope, we'll keep that for next time.
Alright.
My character going to need such a sleep after this.
Actually, what we can do, DDS, is do it later.
Private setting.
Yep.
Okay.
I knew we should have just gutted the fucker right there.
Yeah, start swinging.
Yeah.
Then we have to kill the two half dragons.
It's the problem that we're good people, right? So we can't really...
Again, Ruthven doesn't do that sort of thing, although I think it might be the best option.
I wouldn't really do that sort of thing either with Eladar.
Oh yes, of course, going back through town, the bandage is back on.
He's usually not the one to like draw first blood if he can avoid it.
Yes, yes. So we agreed on probably resting. Good idea.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Next time we'll hopefully have...
The captain of the ship, McGonery, eventually does spot the half dragon and just goes, "I really don't want to know what you're doing here."
Good.
He's not the strangest thing on this ship already. We had like cats and birds and drow and this weird guy with a demon eye. Someone with frog eggs in his hair.
It's not a demon eye.
Only normal person seemingly is Yeriax, but he probably has a dark secret.
He's a half elf.
He's an half elf. And he's wearing pearl earrings.
He's a Chilaxian half elf.
Alright, sure. It's true, yes. Theru drew first blood in the beer fight.
In the what?
You started the fight against the not dragons.
Well, Sheep said it was threatening us, so...
Yeah.
It was threatening.
That means it would eat me if it could. Which is...
It would have attacked Rufiran.
Would Eladar like some overnight roleplay about the whole necromancy thing?
No.
You don't want to
Don't
conversation
ask,
about...
don't tell.
Exactly.
I mean, if you don't want to know, but you know.
I need to fuel my power. I need the souls of the innocent.
It's not... You know... Your character would know for a fact that's not the case.
I can give you experience if you want.
Is this taking into account me reading his mind?
Be interesting
No,
next
that's
time when we have Gyrax in his full glory as someone who knows what they're doing playing him.
Like,
I forget half of his abilities.
Yeah, we didn't know any of his blessings except the luck blessing.
It's nice that we had his spell list, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I got everything. Get my calculator. This will take me a moment.
Sure.
Certainly. So, yeah. I wonder if we can actually scry for them. Because to me, right now at least, I don't see any other way of following.
Well, we, of course, break into the temple of
We don't really need to break...
Sarenrae.
The Temple of Sarenrae?
There's those who did. They have the dragons in there.
How about I check that memory is correct first? You didn't misread it?
Yeah, I don't think we should, first of all,
Like, maybe it was like a
storm
random
the gates of, like,
Well, we lied to get in, and then
the
we
second largest
break out again.
temple
No?
in the city of the goddess of freaking redemption and goodness.
They'll forgive us.
You know, I'll first I'll check it actually Sarenrae, not like some cult.
Yeah, might be some cult. I don't know.
I thought of Eridan. Because, you know, it's like Sarah and Seven Race. Master, kinda.
I mean, there is that
They were like,
splinter-
the Master's returning. And it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now they kind of want to bring him back by doing like mass sacrifices or something like
from
that.
from the beam that shot from the Imperial City that killed Eridan in the first place. Now they're bringing him back.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. If they're using the souls of the innocent to do that, then I'm against it. We have a problem.
Yeah, again, like a true Samurai wouldn't really do that. So there might be a weird like splinter faction, or maybe just maybe it's like a gathering of doomsayers. Like everyone has gone a little bit mad and just gathering from all other places and faiths and stuff.
Or maybe their symbol just happens to look very similar to the Saranaries.
What is it was a sun. What if they legitimately think that killing these things will save all the people in the city from these disasters?
Then I would like to talk to them about
it. To bring the rain.
You know, the few dragons must die so that the many people can live.
Yeah, no level up.
It's for the good of all. Besides, it's a mercy. These dragons are barely alive at all.
I mean, you know, a weird form of fanatic could probably dream something like that up, but it wouldn't really affect the whole like grand temple of Samurai, I think, because the goddess herself would be like, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
just
something about that.
I'm just gonna take away your powers now because you're kind of fallen, all of you.
Sorry, I always took just false priest level. I don't need your assistance to worship you.
Just fake it till you make it. That would certainly be a plot twist.
Doesn't it, sheep?
Samurai was never real.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guess the moment he said he was the best scholar in the world that I'd interject?
Yes.
He was right though. He did have a damn ticket. Or just a very bad fake that worked.
I'm not entirely sure which.
Yeah.
Either way, since I have witnessed it at least once, I now get a +8 bonus if I want to try copying it.
Which is which?
Make a bad forgery of a bad forgery.
You know, I think I make a pretty good damn forgery of a bad forgery. That is a check.
Net you a bad forgery.
You know, that's a pretty good forgery. Also
But
+2.
my usual stuff. How did you like the session? What did you like? What did you not like?
Nice flow.
Where do you see things going from here? That's probably the most important question.
I don't know if I should start or.
I have a few things I want to say. When it comes to where this is going to go, I have a feeling we'll be fighting some kind of cult. I don't know exactly what, like exact details. You know, we'll find out after a bit of memory reading. Always be fun. I did definitely enjoy the session. I did feel like the personalities of various NPCs will come out, and I did really enjoy it. You know, I could imagine each one as a person. You know, from various people with hats. The city seems to love hats, it seems.
It's really
Oh, yes.
Like, and their sun is really strong, so.
Other people use them as beanbags. These people use them as hats.
Yeah, there's a lot of hats. Like, we had like the blue-hatted man. We had another hatted man. We had.
Green hat.
Where's the Khajiit? We had. No, I almost said Khajiit. Catfolk. The catfolk was interesting. No hat.
And thieving Khajiit.
Yes, thieving Khajiit.
I liked the flow of the game. It was very not a whole lot of just sitting around time. It was something happening all the time, I think. Something engaging for most people. The mission we have here has sort of evolved quite heavily in a logical way. Basically, there is now more and more stuff we have to deal with as an extension of trying to deal with our first objective. And it also now seems less like a side quest and more like a connection to the whole thing. Because, you know, evil cults that have something to do with dragons, well, we're kind of looking into that anyway.
The cult of the dragon, one might call them. Also...
Cult of the Crying Dragon.
Yes. Also, I am not sure if this doesn't pan out and we cannot really ascertain where they are. I guess we would be leaving Katapesh. I mean, if they teleported out, for instance, we have no way of following them, right? Like how
could
do
just
we
give up at any
I'm
time.
sure Sheep has.
how do we follow a group of
we're
people?
in Katapesh. If there's anyone who knows where someone's gone,
Well, not if they walk out into a sandstorm like cast greater teleportation.
Or interplanetary teleport. What do you do then?
Exactly, and you're like, all
they're
right.
from Faerun. Like it's the cold wizards.
I mean, clearly they are incredibly powerful because they just walked out into a sandstorm.
Yeah, that requires some concentration. But
And I mean, basically, the guy told us like, I am a blue dragon made for sandstorm, and I'm not even gonna go out there. So our prospect seems pretty poor to go out in a sandstorm.
I don't really like if there's nothing out there anyway. I don't see a reason to go out there. They're obviously teleported.
I have no magic against sandstorms.
Yeah,
Obviously.
so they teleported somewhere. The problem then is, how do we know where someone teleports? Well, we kind of have to scry. Or if we somehow recognize some of their stuff from the shared memory, then we can be like, oh, they have a secret temple in town, and we can go there maybe. But
Or I'll get some detail. Like if they're still in town, then if not scrying, locate personal or locate objects could work at that point.
Yeah.
Ask one of these like urchins at the docks, like, I need to find someone, and he's like, well, I wouldn't know anything about that, sir. And you're like, well, if you just happen to meet someone that looks like this, might be a little penny in for you. And he's like, okay, I'll see if I can see someone like that around, sir.
If I happen to find out about this, I might be so shocked that I might accidentally drop a few coins from my coin purse.
Well, maybe you would drop a lot of coins, sir.
I might drop
Like
this entire
perhaps
bag of diamonds.
100 gold worth of coins, sir. You're like, well, I just might. And you hand the kid 100 gold, and he gives you like all the information you ever wanted about someone.
And continue.
and then he lives in the lap of luxury for like 2 years.
Oh, he goes and pays like 99% of it to a mafia person.
Okay.
He gets like a little bread roll, something like that. Hey, it's Katapesh. Good thing is nothing we're doing is really illegal. It's only by fine. Actually, I haven't done really anything. I guess impersonating. No. Actually, we didn't really do that. We just said we were ourselves. Yeah.
We haven't done anything wrong.
No, we're perfectly fine.
Like they can't even say like we tried impersonating dragon slayers. No, we have dragon slayers right here. Everything is technically correct.
I'm a dragon slayer.
You
I
are.
don't think it's illegal to lie and brag about who you are, like what you did.
The point is, even
So
when
all
you-
sailors and drunk people would be.
the point is, even minute details. We haven't done anything wrong.
No.
What did you not like?
I didn't get to say that I really like that someone pickpocketed me. That was fun.
Is it a hate crime if it's catfolk pickpocketing another catfolk because she's cat?
I would say one thing that I reacted on, and I'm not sure if I picked it up correctly, but it felt like when you were role-playing some of the characters that you were reading from something.
I was most definitely not.
Okay.
I have my notes, but I haven't actually used them at all.
You're so insensitive.
I didn't need to.
You-
It
you-
might just feel that way because
There was
that's just how I am.
there was a staccato to the presentation that I sort of identified as reading something. But again, that just might be the way.
In which situation?
It's particularly the spiel of the greedy merchant dude.
I can see why you'd think that.
Fatima.
Yes, Fatima.
You know-
Okay.
By the way, we allowed to set that place up in smoke yet.
If,
I think
if-
we're used to a lot of in between, but
Yeah, I
Or
think
is it-
that whole staccato thing is mostly me trying to cope with playing many NPCs. It's just something that hopefully goes away with more experience.
It's
You know-
like the most things.
Every time you talk about Fatima, I think of my favorite shop. That is called Fatima. I love that shop.
Wow.
I've bought so much in there.
Can
I knew a. Huh. I knew a. I knew a girl once who was called that.
I know a
Fatima.
girl once who was called it too. Yeah.
I think it's generally a good girl's name, but I didn't want to sell that to him.
No, he might. I mean,
Luther Red really doesn't give a damn.
and that might
about-
be slightly racist or something. We don't know this culture really. You know, we're kind of strangers
Maybe
here.
it's
We
the
shouldn't.
Catapestians, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Fatima is a goddess from somewhere, but I don't
It's like the
remember.
most manly name here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like the strongman Fatima, you know,
Yeah, the great King Fatima.
of the Fatimas.
Just in Fatima family. Yes, he's King Fatima the
Friends
First.
of the Dark Magics.
Yes, exactly. Not
Also,
the
he
New Hampshire
died in,
Dark
a,
Magics,
in an
though,
accident
wasn't it?
happening with a mansion that spiraled out of control.
Kind of bad.
So he's like Dragonborn, I gathered.
But he was given that form, so he was either balefully polymorphed or he's the result of some horrific experiment.
Or a ritual, right? People can do rituals to become Dragonborn.
I don't know.
How we used to do it
That's how we used to do it.
in not Pathfinder 3.5.
Back in the day.
It's backwards compatible.
In another world.
Man, that's intimate. Hey, we just met you. Can I read your mind?
It's not really read. It's not really read your mind. It's
God.
would you like to give me this memory? Yes or no? You can say
Oh
no.
my God, you can buy Naruto masks in there now.
Great.
That is great.
Yeah, the point is, Manikai, he can say no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not forcing it upon him.
No.
Sure, you're not doing that.
But
I've
after the
literally
will
asked.
save is forfeited, he's at your mercy.
Then
It's one
Just
memory.
drink this, and you're like, yes.
It's one It's one memory.
Like,
Sorry.
what's your true name? Like, oh no.
He doesn't have a true name. He's not an outsider.
Maybe he is, though.
Well, that.
Look
Well,
at him. He could be an outsider. Playing dragons.
the point is, I'd be asking him to show me the memory. So
He's actually a fairy.
he would, if he does that, he would choose
I
to show
used
me
to
that
be a
memory.
demon, but now I'm a half dragon, so. That's what I meant, but I didn't really feel a need to elaborate.
Yes.
Whole Sarenrae thing, you know. It's bad blood.
My bucket of knowledge skills. Useful.
So I take it you don't want to take a week-long vacation to explore Catapush.
There's not really time for it, I don't think. Sadly.
We probably sleep to let me regain my spells, but
Also like some more money before we do that. I don't really have anything to play with.
Money.
Well, I guess grand theft is a possibility.
because basically when it comes to the whole like share memory, literally that will be like I'll be out at that point. I'm gonna have almost nothing left except like a single ray of exhaustion. Well, I guess a fly. I can do a fly.
You know, it was kind of the entire point to make you expend a few resources.
It worked.
3 fights in a day, supposed to do it. Also might have overestimated the amount of body performance rounds I would use in a day. I do have 25 of them.
Yeah, generally in
Used 7.
generally a bard will always have more bardic performance rounds than it will ever use in late levels. Early on,
I do
it
get
has
like
not.
one extra one per level because I'm a gnome.
Well, you better find things that use up multiple rounds at once, right?
Yeah, 24 rounds is a
25.
lot. 25 rounds.
Well,
I mean, obviously there are powers later you can get where like they say expend like 5 per round.
But it's fine. Like I can waste them a little bit here and there, you know.
It was awesome to be able to hit so well.
Yeah.
You've
Next
got
level, I'm
good-
gonna be giving +5 to things. So
My God, you're going to be doing better than the default like maximum bard.
there's 2 different abilities, but they have the same range, and the bonus is stacked. So morale and competence. Yeah. I can also grant you outflank for like a round.
I'm going to reset my
So
spell.
like 4 rounds a day
This is going to be resting. I'm just going to reset my spellbook
if you
now.
want it. But I didn't. We haven't really been a fight where flanking was a thing. So I do feel like I might need a little more to do with my standard action sometimes. 'Cause, you know, for throwing away a standard action is kind of
Well, you can memorize a decent chunk of spells, right?
not that many. I have like 9. I want to keep some of them for the allowing you guys to reroll saving throws and getting bonuses to hit, but those are sort of instantaneous
Yeah.
immediate
reactions,
actions
yeah.
to cast. So
Do you have I don't know. There is. Can you like build in a musket into your lance? So you use it to as a
musket lance.
Yeah, musket
Ooh.
lance. Yeah.
And then no
I know you
musket
could build a
lance.
saw in if you want to do carpentry,
I
but
mean, no, probably not.
I mean, like, it's so boring. But I mean, a light crossbow. At least you can shoot something with.
Nah, I need to have my lance in my hand, or you won't get the bonuses.
How about this then? How about you get a wand of enervation. That's 50 charges of enervation. And you just enervate anything we meet to death.
You could. Mostly, I think I'll just get the fun out of flying a bird.
Or just one of Cure Like Wounds would work as well.
Might even begin doing aid another on my bird to get bonuses to hit, and then give it an additional +1.
I could certainly hand over the Cure Light Wound wand to you.
No,
that's something to poke with.
All right. I need to position myself so that I'm within 30 of as many people as possible, and that kind of puts me generally like in one of few spots. So, I will look forward to seeing Gyrax when he is played by Jake.
I wonder where he went. Like, what happened to Jake? Yes, up and left.
This guy's gonna have so many bonuses when he does his thing.
He might have confused like the day and actually did his birthday thing today, which means he'll at least be playing tomorrow.
That would be the most silly confusion, though. Like, do you confuse your own birthday party?
Well, I don't mean he confused the day like that. Maybe he wrote, "Hey, tomorrow," like just after midnight. Or maybe he was still up and thought that today was actually yesterday. So then he said tomorrow and meant Saturday.
I guess
Wait,
we will see tomorrow.
Yeah, it's probably
if he
best
ever
if he
returns.
explains it.
If he ever returns.
His kukris are pretty good though.
It's just a mad amount of bonuses he can get with him. And of course, they'll be critting a lot, so outflank will be good there. And since I can give it to people, I mean, yeah. Saves people feats. And next level, I should hopefully get haste, so that I can provide that as well.
That's basically the max damage I can possibly do with a double crit.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Sheep, I'm enjoying being a knowledge monkey, even though there are some battles where it's like, I can do nothing.
That's always the thing of being a caster. You know, some battles you will just be like, I don't want to waste anything here.
Sometimes I can't do anything.
Let the physical characters mop it up. Because
sometimes
that's the good
there's-
thing about a sword, it never runs out of ammo.
You know? It's the reason I enjoyed his bardic performance running, because it meant my Atlas Splash actually did something. It was doing like 7 damage, that's pretty good.
That is the best acid splash ever.
No, I still remember an acid splash. That was 1d3 plus 20.
The sword never runs out, he says, before fighting the rust monster.
Sweet. Well, I have this wooden quarterstaff with me, just in case.
It's training sword.
Yeah, poke it with that.
While you do that, I'm going to set at the back of the fight and just slowly cast Mending on your sword.
Yep. Just have a constant stream.
Okay, but just so you know, guys, if you don't like something, tell me. If it's criticizing my hard worked on story or anything, I don't care, just tell me, otherwise I can't do it better.
Cheap, we hate you. No.
Let's see if we can find something, no matter how nitpicky.
You don't have to dig to find something you didn't like, but
I enjoyed the
Don't
session,
think-
so there's nothing really I want to point at.
We
Don't
can't really
just think that-
criticize. We can't really criticize the story much because we haven't seen too much of it yet.
oh, well, you have seen something.
We
Some
have,
things.
but it's still
Again,
so
I
mysterious that we
like the
can't
flow
really.
of it at the moment.
Yeah, I liked it too. I was we were expecting one thing, it got kind of right the first time, and we were said, oh, like we're gonna go back and do this thing, and then we come back and got a curveball. It's like, oh shit, things has gone down already. We need to follow things and do stuff, and yeah, it worked.
And now we're apparently
Well,
going to
I
try to
mean-
save the city somehow by fighting the cult, because we
I
need to
mean,
get something that they've been bad people.
we're currently a little bit stumped because they went into a murder storm and teleported away, presumably. So we need to kind of try to find out where they went, and that's going to be a problem. But
I don't think they killed anyone, actually. They just made the...
no, the murder storm. I mean, the storm
Oh, yeah,
murders people
yeah.
who goes in there. Apparently,
I heard it was like a storm of murder.
storm of murder. It's a new expansion for Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Storm of murder.
Oh.
I'm back.
Maybe we should go to sleep soon.
We probably should. We also have a very long session tomorrow, probably, because we're gonna fight an intergalactic war.
Also Valentine's.
Not quite intergalactic. None of you have interplanetary teleport yet.
Well,
DDS
the
will
Witch
actually
has
use
that.
the mass combat rules with fleets of spaceships.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, I admitted
An
I did
empire
say
very,
none of
very
you
far
have
away.
interplanetary teleport.
And
And
the
it's-
Empress hasn't said anything, but she has built
Rebellion
1,000 spelljammer ships.
I will send my battalion
Hey,
of
remember
Star
all that-
Destroyers against the Witch.
Remember all that? Remember all that cold iron magic being funneled somewhere?
Fire the iron cannon.
Also, it's Valentine's Day.
That's another reason we should go to sleep soon.
Oh, good. The session of love.
Yes, the session of love is gonna take place.
Raphael, this is your chance to move.
Yes, Raphael is gonna kiss the Empress finally.
Ugh.
Or get thrown off the balcony with your wish.
Love can bloom on the battlefield, Empress.
Can
Sounds
it?
Gross.
It can.
You know what else can bloom on the battlefield? Bull rush into Traitor's Bay.
I can fly. Can't bull rush me
And-
down there anymore.
The spell magic.
I fly
And
away.
lots of
Can't reach me.
puke coming from me with all that grossness.
Well, you
Zoe?
you have a hot for the Prince Bishop and Sebastian. I mean, you can just.
No, I don't.
I think the Prince Bishop's out in the cold after ditching her.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that was such a dick move.
he just flew away out the window.
The king was mean to me.
This lady
You
is
know,
screaming
grow
at
up.
my door.
He's been mean to everyone. Grow up.
I mean, you literally have no idea what's going on there.
No.
No, but for God's sake, worst thing has probably happened to us. He really just
He has
needs to man
significant
up.
amounts of power, that's all we know.
You just man up. I say that while looking at dresses, by the way. Oh
And
my, look
thinking,
at all
"Oh,
these
no."
dresses.
What if the king burns down the hospital?
That's completely different, though.
Oh.
You know that kind of trap that has like a box held up by a stick and then something like candy or something under it. You just need to do that in really big and build an orphanage right below it.
There you go. So we will come running towards it immediately.
They'll have like sick people.
Or
If you want to do it for Raphael, you just build a bar full of women.
Sure.
But if you build an orphanage below it, then the king will go burn it down, and then you'll trap him.
I think that was what Sheep had in mind. not so-
I'll burn down this orphanage.
I don't know. It seems fantastically petty of the king to be like, there might be a war for the succession of
maybe
the
he
empire,
was
but
just
I
saying
shall
it,
burn
though.
this orphanage.
We don't know if that's what he's gonna do.
Maybe he's like, I actually have more important shit to do.
Yeah,
but
I,
I
I
should be
probably
worried.
I probably think that it's going to be the case.
Probably so.
But he still said that he has been with the witch from the start.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take the king is going down.
Downside, Zoe pissed him off.
Well, don't threaten her friends.
I think we have as a group pissed him off for quite a while now.
Yes, but she pissed him off in a special way.
Oh yeah. Well, we will all find more about that tomorrow, I guess. I'm gonna stop the recording here.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
And,
And see you next time.
Next week.